Baby
I'm
daddy.
the baby daddy.
Who that baby be?
You're not the father.
mine.
All right, brother. Well, you got 4 passes to the Delta Fair starting this weekend.
And don't forget that morning wood.
Heck yeah.
Thank you, buddy. You're absolutely right. What started out as a fun idea ended up turning a Utah's family life upside down. Donna and Vanner Johnson decided to buy a DNA testing kit for some good fun, only to get devastating results a month later. When the DNA test came back, he realized he is not the biological father of their 12-year-old son. Their son was born at an IFV clinic, and apparently there was some kind of mix-up at the clinic that meant that Donna's egg had been fertilized by someone else, not her old man. Needless to say, the couple was shocked by the results.
Now, I've heard this happening quite a bit with the whole ancestry.com, or, where you take your DNA, you mail it in, and you get the results. We did it as a family one Christmas, and it was quite disappointing, only because we got back everything that we already knew.
Right.
Like, you are 99% Polish. But I've heard it happening all the time where these DNA tests are coming back and they are matching other people's across the country, across the world. So daddy had some side projects.
Wow.
And there's a lot, though, where men don't even know. So if we're at war and they were seeing a lady, even if they weren't married back at home.
So you can send off your DNA, and like I'd find out if I had a kid in Ireland when I visited.
Only if that kid has done the DNA test as well.
Oh, okay. So if the kid's poverty stricken and can't afford to do the DNA test, then I'm safe.
You're safe
from the Irish kid coming up
and saying, "Hey, pops,"
saying, "Hey, give me all that money you got."
Yeah, it's got a lot of people in a lot of trouble. You may want to think before you do this,
especially if you've had side projects in the past.
Exactly right. Now, this was a mistake not made by either one of them.
Right. They said they sat on the news for over a year before they talked to their son about it, and even managed to track down the accidental donor for child support. I'm just kidding about the child support. I'm making that up. They are in going to take the fertility clinic to court, so that'll be fun.
No kidding. I want to know, where is that guy's sperm somewhere else? Does he have a kid somewhere else?
Not that took the DNA test, apparently.
Apparently not.
Coming up in just a little bit, I have been dumpster diving again. Not dumpster diving. I pick stuff up off the side of the road sometimes.
Yeah.
And you're not going to believe what I got. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and tell you so you can think of how you're going to make fun of me.
Okay.
A box of food.
You picked up someone's food off the curb. That's not what curbside means, Corey.
President Biden has no regrets about troop withdrawal from Afghanistan.
And he made that clear during a speech at the White House.
I was not going to extend this forever war, and I was not extending a forever exit.
Coming up in 5 minutes, Corey tells us what he thinks curbside means.
It means whatever you want it to mean, right?
No.
First Aerosmith on the Max. You know, I like to, if I'm driving around and I see something like a giant pirate skeleton on the side of the road, I'll pick it up, right?
Which makes sense. It's
So-
a great Halloween decoration
It
that you
is.
don't have to wear
Pay for.
pay for or wear.
So there's this house at the end of the cove that I live on that they were moving over the weekend, and it took them forever to move. I mean, they were moving Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Saturday night, they've got this big pile of trash. And I'm like, hey, let's walk the cove and see if there's anything good in that pile of trash. So we walked down there. And for the most part, not really. We dig through it a little bit. I did find a laundry basket, which we needed a laundry basket. So it worked out. Well, then there's this box, and I open up the box and look in it, and it's cold.
Hold on. First, let's go. You know, someone else's dirty underwear was in that laundry basket, right?
Well, you washed the laundry basket. I mean,
Did you?
yeah, well, I mean, I didn't, but I had it done. So there's this box and it's cold. And I open up the box and start going through it, and there's all this frozen food, still frozen. So I'm like, jackpot, Seth, help me carry this box home and we'll go through it, see if there's anything good in here. So we got it home, and there was a thing of frozen blueberries that hadn't been opened. There was some popsicles. There was, there was a couple of bags of vegetables. So we took what we wanted out of it and threw the rest out, and actually enjoyed a popsicle that was in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you wipe it off with the Clorox wipes first, just to make sure. I think it was genius. I think it saved a little money there. Probably saved $10. And
Were they like lima beans? Why did they throw it out? Why did they not want it?
because they're moving, and it's just one more thing to move. I mean, it clearly came fresh out of the freezer. Because, like I said, it was still frozen. If it had been thawed out, I wouldn't have messed with it.
So I don't know. A couple bags of vegetables? No, like steaks? No, I don't. Mm-mm.
Well, there was some like chicken in a Ziploc bag.
Mm-hmm.
But Ziploc, I don't know if it's, if it's sealed from the factory, I can get on board with it. If it's just, hey, this is the leftover chicken, let's freeze it. No, not so much.
Right. No, you don't know how long it's been in there.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's been in there. Don't know what they did to it before they put it in there and all that. Wow, you're just cringing.
I won't even eat a lean cuisine someone's left in the company freezer because I don't know who bought it. I don't know who touched it. I don't know if it's taken care of prior. Mm-mm.
See, I thought I was going to get nice job. That's the way to save $1.
I don't know. I can't take food. That's
curbside.
Curbside food is not that.
That's not curbside.
That's not curbside to me. No, someone else's food. I don't know. No. Can't do it.
901-535-9898. I mean, this is a pretty common thing. I mean, people take stuff off the side of the road all the time.
Did you look at any of the expiration dates? Thank you, Eric, on our Facebook Live.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
You didn't do bag popsicles and stuff that was frozen. You did right by not taking the chicken. I said you did right by doing the popsicles. They're sealed up. Now the chicken, like you said, the chicken in a Ziploc bag. Yeah, I'd have been like, nope. But the popsicles and anything that was like in a factory bag, like y'all were saying, yeah, you didn't get hurt by taking that. Yep, later.
No, man, that's not a good idea. Well, maybe if it's like lima beans and popsicles, maybe, but I've had a situation where a storm come through and the freezer went out and all the meat pretty much thawed out. And instead of just throwing it away in the garbage so you smell it till the trash run, we waited till the power come back on, let it all refreeze, and then set it out and had somebody pick it up. Exactly. Yeah. So you're probably safe with the popsicle, but I definitely would not do it with the meat. I I still wouldn't do it. I mean, oh, that's disgusting. Exactly. No, that's disgusting. No. All right, man.
So I'm beginning to think I may have made a mistake picking up a box of frozen food from the curb.
Yes, honey. When we said curbside, I know it's new since the pandemic, but that doesn't mean go searching through people's thrown away trash that is food.
It's a box of frozen food. We took it home, went through it, got what we wanted, and threw away the rest. And now everybody's that we've been talking to this morning, maybe that wasn't the best decision for food safety.
You did right by doing the popsicles. They're sealed up.
That's what I was thinking.
Now the chicken, like you said, the chicken in a Ziploc bag. Yeah, I'd have been like, nope.
Yeah, no, not doing that.
No, you don't know how long it's been in there.
Right.
But the popsicles and anything that was like in a factory bag, like y'all was saying, yeah, you didn't get hurt by taking that.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better.
Yeah, but then Eric on our Facebook Live page says, I did get an antique oak filing cabinet from a neighbor's trash and refinished it and sold it for $300.
Nice.
But it had a ton of dead bugs in it. Most disgusting thing I had to take apart to refinish and work on.
I didn't see any bugs.
Not yet. You haven't opened up
Well, I mean,
the vegetables.
how would they get in? 901-535-9898. Hi.
No, man, that's not a good idea.
What do you mean?
Maybe it's like lima beans and popsicles, maybe, but I've had a situation where a storm come through and the freezer went out and all the meat pretty much thawed out. And instead of just throwing it away in the garbage so you smell it to the trash run, we waited till the power come back on, let it all refreeze, and then set it out and had somebody pick it up.
Yeah, that was my thought is you don't know the process before that. You don't know what happened to all that stuff prior to it. So it's still frozen now, but it could have been thawed out 16 times before that.
Yeah, so you're probably safe with the popsicle, but I definitely would not do it with the meat.
Okay. Hopefully the meat we ate last night wasn't too bad.
You didn't eat any meat.
No, we didn't eat no meat. No, we didn't eat any meat. The blueberries were pretty good though. We made a smoothie yesterday.
I still wouldn't do it. I mean,
no, I wouldn't either. No, you don't know how many times those blueberries have been thawed out.
Exactly. No, that's disgusting. No.
All right, thank you, bud. I appreciate you calling.
All right, man.
What you need to do with the frozen vegetables is you hurt your knee, you don't know how. That's what I use to ice down my.
Yeah, ice the knee with it.
Mm-hmm.
You're a genius, Danny.
Not really, but I learned that in college because we weren't eating our vegetables.
Yay for going to college. You did learn something there. Coming up just after 8 o'clock, employees at a Tennessee thrift store have made a crazy find.
And we've got Paul Wahlberg, famous Wahlburger brother of the Wahlburgers, is up next.
First.
Hi, how are you this morning? Yes, sir. How are you? Oh my goodness, it's early for this. I didn't realize we were singing already.
Which just ended, I guess, last 3:19. Is that right? Or are you still going with that?
Yeah, I did finish.
Okay, and the reason why we're on today is because we've got big news coming to Memphis with the Bass Pro Shop in the Pyramid. expanded downtown. Is this correct?
Yes, yeah, we'll be opening up, Wahlburgers Pyramid. Well, it's gonna be called Wahlburgers Wild. Yes, yeah, we're gonna go with more of a Tarzan type of for Mark. Mark really thought it would be a plan for him. Yeah, so we're with, partnering up with Bass Pro. And so what we're trying to do, we're going to introduce items and things like that. We're going to start out with our core menu with a couple of special dishes. And then we'll run featured items, with that kind of that outdoor. Yeah, I think that's probably, well, I just think it would be a good look for Mark to be standing out, or it would be a better look for me, I think. Yeah. Well, we have our core menu, our featured burgers, things like that, and so it'll be our burgers, our classic burger, the barbecue bacon burger, the Impossible, Mark's favorite, it's plant-based. We also have crispy haddock. We have some chicken sandwiches, but we're also going to do a venison chili. We've got some bratwurst, and we're going to do a venison chili dog, which I've eaten probably about 2 of them, and they are delicious. Yeah, I think that's really the look for people in the morning, especially delivering breakfast, with me in a Tarzan outfit. I think, people lose their way.
During the pandemic that has actually been more efficient that you're going to permanently change moving forward?
Absolutely. It's always about customer service and the safety of the customers and the staff. So there's lots of things that you tweak as you go along, things that you try to do, especially packing. We've been doing a huge amount of takeout, and so really packaging all the takeout and things like that, streamlining as many things as possible, because people are really, they're kind of about speed at the moment. So we're trying to really be as quality driven at the same time without compromising that. That's a key for us. So again, it's the safety of the customers, the safety of the staff, and just making everybody feel comfortable in a great environment. What day of the week was it? That Saturday don't count, so you're all set. How much did you make fun of Donnie when he was in Nickers on the block? Never. No, that was hard. But to watch Donnie and like this hard as everybody work, getting it all together, and I couldn't have been watching them and grow because they grew up in front of the side, and so to deal with all of that, it was amazing. I couldn't have been happy for them. And to this day, they are professionals, and they absolutely know their fans and their fans. So they do a great job. Yeah, they just performed at Fenway a couple of weeks ago, and just the fans were here the entire week, and it was amazing. Wow. It was just amazing. Will open September 13th, and thank you for all that you do with your amazing family. Sorry about the loss of your mom, and everything you do for the restaurant industry. I'm sorry. What the the data's been pushed out a little bit on the thing, so we'll not concrete, but it was put up like a week or two. So it'll be announced. My apologies. So we'll put it away. Awesome. Thank you. Can't wait to come down and face to face. Thank you. You too.
Wahlburgers Wild is opening at the Bass Pro Pyramid, and it is owned, as you may know, by Paul Wahlberg, and his brothers Mark and Donnie are involved.
Yeah, Paul Wahlberg, the American chef, actor, and reality TV star. Hey, Paul, how you doing?
How are you?
Wonderful. How are you, cousin from Boston?
Oh my goodness, it's early for this. I didn't realize we were singing already.
We've got Paul Wahlberg, American chef, actor, and reality TV star with his brothers Mark and Donnie. He runs the dining burger restaurant and bar Wahlburgers and stars in the reality television show also titled The Wahlburgers, which just ended, I guess, last 2019. Is that right? Or are you still going with that?
Yeah, I did finish.
The reason we have you on today is because you got big news coming to Memphis with the Bass Pro Shop in the Pyramid downtown. Is this correct?
Yes, yeah, we'll be opening up Wahlburgers Pyramid. Well, it's going to be called Wahlburgers Wild.
And is it Wahlburgers Wild? I know you've got different restaurants. We got over 50, but is this the first one with this theme?
Yes, yeah, we're going to go with more of a Tarzan type of
So the recipes that you use are basically favorite childhood dishes, right? Which ones are going to make the cut to Wahlburgers Wild?
Well, we have our core menu, our featured burgers, things like that, and so the our burgers, our classic burger, the barbecue bacon burger, some chicken sandwiches. But we're also going to do a venison chili. We've got some bratwurst, and we're going to do a venison chili dog, which I've eaten probably about 2 of them, and they are delicious.
Man, that sounds good.
Oh man, me and my
That's-
chili cheese dogs. I made some over the weekend. I've never had venison. That sounds delicious.
And they're going to do and they're going to do room service to the hotel, the Big Cypress Hotel there too.
Yeah, I think that's really the look for people in the morning, especially delivering breakfast. You know, with me and an outfit.
I'll take him, Mark, or Donnie at the door.
Either one, huh?
Yeah. Thank you to Paul for coming on. We had somewhat of a bad connection there, but Wild Wahlburgers will be opening downtown at the Bass Pro Shop in the Pyramid at the end of the month.
Okay, so we'll be going down there and get us a venison chili dog. Coming up in a little bit. Do you like to run into people you know in public, or do you avoid them? I find that there's 2 different types of people on that.
Ooh, it totally depends on if I like you or not.
We'll find out next.
What up, Corey? You back in the studio yet? You still eating frozen food off the side of the road? Look, dude, I thought about this. My next door neighbor, she's an older lady, and she makes me come over all the time and clean out her damn freezer. And she thinks that I take the food home and eat it. But I really don't. I usually just throw it out. But next time I know, I can just give it to you. And then she gives me some weird stuff. She's an old lady, so ain't no telling how old that stuff is that's in her refrigerator. I did look. So one time I did cook one of the things that she gave me, and then I went to taste it, and I wouldn't even feed it to my dog. So it was weird, man. She does it all the time, but how am I going to tell her no? Exactly. Might break her heart. Have a great day.
Good news is good news.
I have good news on good news on good news.
Good news, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to some good news.
That's what I got for y'all today.
Okay, so what's the good news?
And the good news is
Let's hear it.
Employees at a Tennessee thrift store found old World War II letters that were accidentally donated and returned to them, to the family.
Wow. Here is Goodwill worker Melinda and one of the family members she turned in the letters to.
When I got it, I noticed it was heavy, so I picked it up, opened it, seen some letters in it, took the first one out, read it, and I was like, this is a mistaken donation.
I said, do you realize when these were written? And they were like, well, no. Like, what are you talking about? And I said, these are dated 1944 in Germany.
We didn't really know these letters existed. To have someone find them and return them, it was amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that is great. Coming up here in just a bit, do you like to run into people you know in public? Some people do, and some people don't. Danny, you spent some time at Walgreens over the weekend, and you really enjoy the Walgreens, don't you?
I do. It's just convenient.
Just convenient.
Mm-hmm.
And you see people you know there sometimes, don't you?
Just the workers. I don't really see anybody I know in Walgreens. I see everybody I know in Kroger.
Oh, okay. So, but you're very social in the grocery stores. So you probably, if you see somebody you know, there's a conversation going to break out usually, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, if they're across the store and they're in a hurry, and if they're male, I usually just wave.
Oh, okay. Hey, you over there? Good to see you.
Yeah, I know that they don't want to be in there. If it's a woman without her kids and she's my friend, we pull over.
You pull over?
Yes, because we know our kids are being babysat, and we like to hang out in Kroger. It's our alone time.
If only you could open one of the bottles of wine, you'd be in you'd be in great shape.
Be amazing.
You could put your little bistro there at the meat department or the deli where all the bread is, where the people never go. And there you are. Got you a whole setup of hanging out at the Kroger bistro.
The bakery, is that where people never go?
Yeah, the bakery. That's where people. I mean, that's always where there's the fewest people in the store.
There really is. You're right.
So, I mean, people in the bakery, they go in there, they grab it, and they go. You know what I mean? So you could probably get away with putting a little bistro set in there. Of course, the employees might look at you weird when you're bringing in a table and chairs.
Dude, got to do it on TikTok.
I hate running into people I know at the grocery store.
Most men do.
I do. I hate it. I don't want to talk to you. I mean,
that's
offense.
the best part about the mask. You will not see me put on a mask faster than if I see someone I don't want to talk to.
It's a Halloween Michael Myers mask.
Right?
The horse head you're always talking about.
So how do you get out of it?
Man, sometimes you can't.
Right.
But if I see somebody I know, I'll immediately turn down an aisle and try to find another way that doesn't cross their path.
I think most men do that.
I mean, it's nothing personal. I may like you. I may like you fine.
Yes.
It's just I'm not. Kroger's packed. I'm irritated anyway.
You're in a hurry.
And going to Kroger in a hurry these days is completely pointless.
Right. Well, anywhere with the lines the way they are.
They're awful.
Target's no better.
And I don't want to talk to you while I'm in line. I don't. I'm just going to look at Instagram and wait. I don't want to have a conversation about bundt cake.
Well, yeah. I mean, is that with a stranger or with someone you know?
I guess if it's someone I know, it might be a little easier if I get stuck in line with somebody I know. But ultimately, I don't want to talk to anybody in Kroger. I don't even want to talk to my wife. Just tell me what's next on the list and let's just keep moving.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Just like I said, though, if I don't like you, then no, I don't want to see you. And then I'll sit in the parking lot and wait till you're a couple aisles down so I don't run into you every other aisle.
I like how you planned it out ahead of time.
Oh, yeah, I've got to.
901-535-9898. Do you like running into people you know? Is it good social time, or are you just a get in and get out type of guy or girl?
All of West Virginia is now under a state of emergency due to the likelihood of heavy storm damage from what remains of Hurricane Ida.
As the storm churns toward New England, affected regions are expected to end up with as much as 6 inches of rain over the next day or so. Life-threatening flooding is expected.
Meantime, power restoration is slowly being mapped out in Louisiana and Mississippi, where officials say they're starting to get a handle on a timeline.
I'm not satisfied with 30 days. The Entergy people aren't satisfied with 30 days. Nobody who's out there needing power is satisfied with that.
Classic question we'll probably never agree on. When you're on the highway, what's the left lane for?
To pass the drivers on the right.
It's to pass the drivers on the right. It's not just for driving fast.
To me, it's the exact same thing. It means that makes no sense to me in the world.
Well, it says slower traffic, keep right.
Correct.
That means if you're driving faster, then you can stay on the left side.
Because you're passing people on the right.
But you don't have to get into the right lane between every person you pass, is what I'm saying.
No, I don't think you have to. I mean, you're supposed to, but not if you're making a habit of passing people.
just blowing down the highway, hang out in that left-hand lane. What do you think about people that get in the left lane and then drive the speed limit?
I think they don't know how to drive.
We agree on that.
Well, and this is what I don't understand. 40% of people believe that the left lane is not only for passing people, but for cars that want to drive faster too. 36% of people feel that the left lane is just for passing slower vehicles. It's one and the same to me. I don't understand the difference.
You don't understand? Okay.
If I want to hang out in the left lane and there's no one else around me and I'm not passing anybody, it's like the tree that falls in the woods. No one, who cares? No one sees me.
Nobody's there to see you.
And if somebody's merging onto the highway, I'm already in the left lane.
So they can just get right in.
So if people don't think that the left lane is to get over to let people merge on the highway, why is that not listed? That's what it's for too. Duh.
2% of people choose none of the above.
Really?
Yeah, which could be what you just said, or that they just want to plant themselves in the fast lane and drive 30 miles an hour, which drives me absolutely crazy.
So is this saying that people don't know that the left lane is the fast lane?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
Because, I mean, it technically isn't the fast lane, but it is used to pass. So if you're cruising on the left lane and you're passing car after car after car, you're technically doing it correctly. And then if you stay in the left lane and there's no one around, then you're in good shape when the guy merges over to the highway.
They're all in the rear view now.
Yeah.
Attention listeners. You know you're a bad driver when your navigation voice assistant in your car says,
In 400 feet. Stop and let me out.
please make a note of it.